Alrighty, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft with Misty Cucumbers. It's a pleasure to have you here. So, as you can see, a couple things have changed. So, we do have a new texture pack, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, we also are going to mess around, kind of do time lapses a little differently. So yeah, you'll kind of see that in this episode. However, we're gonna continue work on the farming village. So as you can see, I did finish up the house. It was just the roof bit. But yeah, so we have our small house, our bigger house, and I also have started a little bit of the garden, just to increase our food production for now. But I do want to get some other houses over here, a well, some areas for the farm animals. But the first thing is, I don't like the staircase. I know we just built it, but I don't like it. So we're gonna add something a little bit different. So that's what's going to start us off tonight. So yeah, let's get it. Let's jump right into it, shall we? Alrighty. So as you can see from the time lapse, we made a decent amount of progress. So the house is partially done. Just need to add the roof on. We did finish our new staircase, which I am a lot happier with. The first one was alright. It just, I don't know, it bothered me a little bit. As you can see, we kind of decorated a wee bit. It is turning night, so I should probably hurry and get near a bed. Excuse me. But I kind of wanted to show you guys some of the future plans we have for the area and kind of what to expect in the coming videos, okay? So, hello, bee. You guys are... Let us harvest some of this real quick. We're going to need a ton of honeycomb to get candles. Candles, that's what they call. Also, I found this little lay. I rescued him from the old pillager outpost that we visited a long time ago. So he's finally home. I do need to try to save some of his friends, but for now we just have the one. But let's get ready to sleep. It's very bizarre being back in this build since we moved out. I don't think I'm ever going to destroy the starter house. Maybe in the long run, but I would like to try to keep it around for as long as possible since it was such a critical house. All right, let's sleep real quick. Alrighty. So once we kind of finish up with the farm village, we are going to direct our attention over here. So I do want to eventually move all the trees over to the farm village, kind of like a tree farm. But as you can see, we have this nice little outline here. So you're probably really confused on what it is, or maybe you can already guess what it is since of its location. However, the next big project that I want to start tackling is the docks. So we'll kind of have like a, what do you call it? I don't know, just like a barrier wall here that'll go up a little bit. The wood dock will kind of come out this way. That way we can start building some ships and whatnot. And then out over here, so right about here, we will start, I want to put a little tower, just kind of like a watchtower, you know, since this is the harbor and the port. In the future, I think we will kind of terraform that down and put a bigger ship here. But I think it'll turn out pretty good. I have a nice little blueprint in mind. So as long as everything goes to plan, this should be pretty quick, pretty easy. So you should expect a time lapse of this here soon. But right now it's just a lovely little blueprint. The next part, let me eat some bread. The next part, also just our villagers, which I do need to kind of move here soon. Because then once the dock is finished, I want to terraform this and it'll match up with the dock level, and I want to put the market here. So, you know, the farming village, the market, and then the manor. So this will, like I said, the house will probably get included in that. I'm thinking about making it maybe like the ship, the harbor manager, what do you call him? I don't know. Pretty much the person who runs, like, keeps tracks of all the ships and schedules and everything. Harbor master. I was kind of wanting to make this his house, to keep it here. The farm, this barn and farm will kind of stay here as well. So mainly it'll just be here for the market. However, you know, it'll line up with our walkway. The next thing is kind of the industrial zone. So let's get over here, shall we? You may or may not remember, but do we have a boat? I don't want to swim, but oh well. Also, with the new shader pack, we can see so much better in the water, and I love it so much. The other one just, it made it really foggy and difficult to see. You might be able to see it from here. No, you cannot. I'm lying. Okay. Hello, squid. As we get closer, you'll start to kind of see the outline of a portal start to take shape. So this is the nether portal that takes us up to the nether roof. So that's important because eventually we want to get a gold farm going. Also, can we just admire how beautiful this shader pack is, the tree reflections and everything? It's gorgeous. Anywho, so this portal up here gets you up to the nether roof. So that's important because of our gold farms, and we also have the magma farm going up there, which then also is partially our froglight farm. So I don't want this just to be out here in the open. So since it's so close to the river, I was thinking, especially like right here, I was thinking some water wheels or something. I was thinking we could make like a little old timey factory, like a Victorian era factory, um, and this would be inside like one of the steam tanks or whatever, water tanks. Anywho, so that way we still have access to the nether roof, but it kind of fits in with the whole city vibe that we're going for. So I have a nice little factory design. I don't know quite when I'll be starting on that, but I think it'll be nice, and then that'll lead into other areas, kind of making this the industrial zone. So we can make like a mine kind of quarry here. If you have any other ideas for like the industrial zone, let me know because I will gladly come up with designs for them. The other project that I do want to work on as well. So the videos might be all over the place. I kind of like to jump around whenever I get bored of one project. That way I'm not burnt out or anything. So if I'm not having fun with it or just kind of struggling, I might switch projects in the next video. So one day you may see me work on the harbor. One day you might watch me work on the industrial zone. So don't be surprised if I'm all over the place. I will try to keep them close together and do like multiple farm videos, multiple industrial videos. Um, but also, the next area that I would like to work on is I would like to finish the house up. So we have the majority of the first floor done, except for the library, just because we don't have a lot of books yet. So that's one room that really needs finished, and also just to go through and kind of finish up some of the decorations. But we have done zero work on the second floor, and then as you can see, I did take out the towers. There was a design flaw, and forgot that those would be rooms, and it just really didn't fit everything. Anywho, so let's get in here and I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. So as you can see, we've got the entry hall, the parlor room. Also, I did get one of the new cactus flowers, and they're just beautiful. Oh, also, I don't think our greenhouse, our sunroom is not completed either. Nor is the guest room? Nope, so that's my bad. So those rooms need a little bit touched up. However, our dining room and our kitchen. Let's get upstairs. And then, of course, the white room, the white drawing room, the crafting room, they're all pretty much done as well. However, if we get up here, there's nothing. So, I'll kind of walk you guys through the rooms. However, I would like to just get the windows and the roof done, so that way we can start working on the outside and hopefully have the manor done here in, the coming months or so. But so this is, if I remember correctly, like the washroom for like the servants and whatnot. Here's another just kind of like lounge room, so it'll have like a fireplace, some seating room. Oh, what do we put over here? I think this is the diplomatic suite. So, like, when our friend Oram or the Kabi comes over to visit, like, that would be diplomatic situations. So that would be the big room for them. Over here will be some smaller, guest rooms. So 1, 2, same on the other sides. And then we have the master suite, which is my bedroom. So it'll all fit in here. Let's see. Oh, hello, Mitch. I totally forgot you were here. Please do not fall. Oh, no. Mitch, I would really appreciate it if you'd get back in here. You scare me. Please don't die. Anywho, I'm thinking about making kind of like our dog, like our pet room. However, I would like to build like a little house for them anywho. So this might become something else. I haven't fully decided yet. And then over here will be our personalized study. So just, a place. So like the white room's kind of like our diplomatic study, us to do like official business and everything else like that. However, if it's a late night and I need to do some papers or something, I have a little office in here with my personal stuff. So as you can see, we have our hands full. Also, if you have any ideas what else to kind of build along here, let me know. Because like I said, the market's kind of the in between right now, but I would like to kind of populate over here with some higher end houses, maybe some nicer houses and whatnot. Unlike the village houses are fine, but they're not super, fancy luxury and everything else. Also, I don't know what you guys think about this or not. So we have this little island out on its own. I was thinking, what if we did like a bridge out to it and just completely isolated our house? So we kind of make the river cut through like the mountain a little bit and then kind of cut out this way as well. That way you have to take a bridge out. So like we would extend the bridge out to here. We would be able to put like a little garden. Ooh, yeah. I think I like that idea. Put a little garden out there and then connect that to the mainland, and it'd also be able to connect to the industrial zone. So that's just kind of what I'm thinking at the moment. If you guys have any feedback, let me know. I always appreciate some feedback. If you want to see any specific builds or anything, also let me know. I really like designing houses with functions, such as like the industrial zone and whatnot. So if you have any ideas, just leave them down in the comments. But yeah, so I think that is probably going to conclude today's episode. Also, I apologize. This was my first attempt at using the flashback mod. So it's like the replay mod, but I'm enjoying it a lot better. It also updated a lot quicker because of the new update. Um, but anywho, so hopefully I don't make anyone super sick while you're watching it. I've tried to rewatch it a couple times to make sure I cut out all the really fast bits that, like, at one point it's just kind of like the camera's just spinning. So it kind of made me a little motion sick, so I apologize if I do that to anyone else. However, like I said, I think that is going to do it for today's episode. So if you like this content, please don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe. It really helps me out. And yeah, if you have any build ideas, just leave them down in the comments. I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye now.